Today I'm going to show you some stretches that you can do before your tricking session. Let's check it out. If this is your first time here, I'm Anthony Medina and welcome to Upraiz Tricking. The channel is all about helping you build a solid foundation for your tricking so that you can excel at the sport. If you're not sure what stretches to do during your tricking session, or if you're just looking to get more flexible, hopefully this video can help. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave a comment down below so that I can help you out. So the first thing that I do when I stretch is my arms. I put one arm across my chest and pull, then do that with the other arm. And then I put my arm behind my head and push down on my elbow. And again, I do this on both sides. Now the next thing I get into is a straddle position. I spread my legs as far apart as possible. I put one arm over my stomach and use the other arm to reach to the outside of my foot. And I usually hold these stretches for about 15 to 20 seconds. And I've also been trying something new where I take 5 in and out breaths, and I kind of like that a little bit more, but you can do either way that feels comfortable for you. After that, I'll reach back to my right side with both hands this time, grabbing my foot and trying to pull my nose down to my knee. And then again on the other side. Now we're gonna stay in that straddle and try to reach forward as far as we possibly can. And try your best to get your chest down to the ground. Bro, why are these planes so loud? They're only like 30,000 feet in the air. Next, I do a butterfly stretch. So I put my feet together and try to push my knees down as best as I can using my elbows, or I can just kind of flap my wings a little bit if I'm feeling that too. Next, I slide out my legs and try to make like a diamond with your legs. And I try to grab my feet and pull my chest down as far as I can. And you want to try to feel it in your butt a little bit. Then after that, I straighten out my legs to a pike. I point my toes and try to reach forward as far as I can. Try to grab underneath my feet, or if that's too easy, I try to just put my hands flat out in front of me. If it is a little too difficult to reach that far, just reach out as far as you can. Then I flex my feet back and grab my toes and try to pull my feet off the ground. And if that's too easy, I try to get my elbows to my knee. Next, I put both of my arms behind my body and try to get my pinkies to touch together in the back. Then I flip my hands around and bend my elbows and try to get a good stretch on the shoulders and chest. And now it's time for the cat stretch. So you're gonna get on all fours, slide your arms all the way out until your chest touches the ground, but make sure you keep your butt and your knees in the same spot the entire time. So you kind of want to like isolate them as you're like sliding out. So your butt should stay in the air. Next, we finna do the seal stretch. So on this one, I kind of just lay all the way down, put my hands next to my hips or my sides, and push all the way up as much as I can, trying to stretch out my abdominal area. And then we can go ahead and move on to the wrist. So this one, you can grab both your hands, kind of roll them out a little bit, or you can put them on the ground upside down like that, and then flip them around and do them the other way too. Yeah, whatever. Wrists or whatever. Just kidding, wrists are important. Make sure you stretch them. All right, and next we're gonna move on to the ankles. So we're gonna sit on our butts. We're gonna put one foot over, kind of cross it over, and then we're gonna grab our foot, roll it out one direction, then the other direction. Then we're gonna do the same thing to the other foot as well. Make sure you're rolling out in both sides, both directions, both ways. And next it's time to do the splits. So the first thing we're gonna do actually before we jump into our splits is we're gonna get into a lunge, and we're gonna grab our back leg and pull it up. This might be a little bit difficult to hold your balance at first, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. So just try to pull that quad up as much as you can to give a good stretch right there. All right, and then after you're done stretching out your quad, you're going to get into a deeper lunge. Try to push those hips forward a little bit and move your foot out a little bit more in front of you. Try to get your elbows on the ground, or try to get as low as you possibly can to the ground. After that, you're going to straighten out your front leg, and you're gonna put both hands on each side of your leg. And after that, you are going to slide that front leg out as far as you can, and make sure your back leg is trying to straighten out as much as it can. And you're gonna, again, make sure both hands are on each side of your leg as you do this. So you wanna make sure that you're keeping a straight line from your front foot all the way to your back foot. It's super, super important. You don't wanna break your splits when you're doing them. All right, so if you've done that, you're just gonna do the exact same thing on the other side too, okay? Don't forget to do both sides, or you're gonna be really flexible on one side and not on the other. All right, and moving forward, we're gonna do our middle splits now. So from here, you're gonna stand up, walk your legs all the way out, and if that's too easy, you can put your hands on the ground. If that's too easy, put your elbows on the ground. And if that's too easy, you can lay completely flat as much as you can, which is really hard for me. I can't do it, so yeah, try your best. The last thing that we're going to be doing is our bridge, okay? So here we're gonna lay on our back. You're gonna put both hands by your ears, bend your knees and make sure they're flat and firm on the ground, and then push all the way up into that bridge. When I do these stretches, I usually do them after my tricking session, not before. But if you want to do them before your tricking session, that's totally fine as well. And like I said, I usually hold them from anywhere between 15 and 20 seconds. But if you want to hold them longer to get a little bit more flexible, that's fine as well. Just keep in mind that you'll probably be super sore if you are holding it for any longer than like 45 seconds to a minute. So that's pretty much it for this tutorial. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. And if you'd like to become part of Team Upraiz, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're all about helping you become the best tricker that you can be by building a solid foundation for your tricking so that you can excel at the sport. In the next video, we'll be going over tricking direction and what side tricker you are. And it'd be awesome to have you with us. Stay motivated, keep growing, Upraiz. Let's go, lads.